Hello and welcome to the Facebook Networking Challenge. My name is Sherry Anderson and I am hosting this challenge, and I am so excited to have you with me because we are getting ready to connect, collaborate, and cash in. Are you ready? I know I'm ready, and I'm excited about hosting this challenge and bringing all of you wonderful women together to grow your business and network. And today, I want to jump right in this training video number 1. We are going to talk about how to decrease your time networking on Facebook while increasing your income. Now, there are 3 primary options for how you can do this. The first option is that you can invest money in Facebook ads, or you can hire a social media manager to network on your behalf, or you can go through what I call the 3 Facebook networking phases. And so the thing is, because you guys are signed up and are participating in this networking challenge, I have a feeling that you are definitely probably still in that beginning phases and needing to do the networking on your own, and you're not ready to invest money in ads or to hire someone to do it for you. So we are going to spend the majority of this first presentation talking about the 3 phases of networking in Facebook. So these 3 Facebook networking phases, they are what I like to call the traveling entrepreneur, the established entrepreneur, and the expanding entrepreneur. Now, I'm going to go in a little bit deeper and talk about each one of these levels of networking and phases of networking on Facebook. And as I'm going through this, take and analyze where exactly are you in your business. Are you a traveling entrepreneur right now? Are you an established entrepreneur, or are you an expanding entrepreneur? Where are you at on your journey, and where do you want to be? What is the end goal? So let's go and talk about, let me tell you a little bit about the traveling entrepreneur. A traveling entrepreneur is someone who is networking in Facebook groups, and you share your products and services, and you convert clients. It really is that simple. But there are pros and cons to being a traveling entrepreneur. Now, some of the pros is that it saves time not having to manage your own Facebook group. And it really is the shortest path to converting a client. And you can enjoy amazing measures of visibility, because if you are networking right in Facebook groups, you're going to look like you're everywhere. Now, some of the cons to being a traveling entrepreneur is that you're at the mercy of the owners of the Facebook groups that your ideal clients are in. And you have no home base. So as you're building relationships with people, they're all over the place, and there's no central location where you can talk to everybody who you've met. And you can easily fall into the mode of chasing leads and spending more time marketing than transforming lives. So that's some of the cons to being what I call a traveling entrepreneur. Now, the next one is the established entrepreneur. And this is someone who is networking in Facebook groups. You're attracting your ideal clients to your own Facebook group, and then you're converting those individuals into clients. Now, the pros and cons of being an established entrepreneur. Some of the pros is that you have a home base to serve as your central marketing hub, and you enjoy immediate social proof as your group grows and gets larger. People take notice of you, and that social proof sort of gives you a higher standing in the online world. It makes your ideal clients feel like they're a part of a community, and it increases your conversion opportunities. Now, some of the cons of being an established entrepreneur with your own Facebook group is that you are investing a considerable amount of time or capital managing your group. So either you're managing it yourself or you're having to hire people to manage your group as it gets larger. You have a short client conversion window, and you're also competing with other free groups out there. So that can't, there's hundreds of Facebook groups out there, if not thousands. But and then also one of the cons to just having a Facebook group is that I have what I call the dragnet syndrome, when you have a possibility of just catching and bringing in all types of people who may or may not be your ideal clients. You want to try and attract the right people, but you may not always do that. So you just sort of get what you get in the free group. And finally, we have what I call the expanding entrepreneur. And you're networking in Facebook groups, you're attracting your ideal clients to your Facebook group, and you're upselling the serious contenders to a paid group. And then you're converting those clients into existing clients. So it's all about taking those people who are in your Facebook group and putting them into something where those are really you're sort of sifting through the people who are your ideal clients and who are drawn to you and who are connecting with you and who want to learn from you and gather information from you and really apply what knowledge that you have to share with them. So some of the pros of being an expanding entrepreneur is that you enjoy all the benefits of the established entrepreneur. You have your own group, but then you also have your own Facebook group, but then you also have your own paid group. You enjoy a higher ROI by launching a paid group filled with serious contenders. And you're enjoying working with your ideal clients in a progressive setting, which benefits everyone, because everyone who is paying, even at a low level, are people who are invested in bettering themselves and aren't just in and out and not really invested in making the whole better. But people that are in the paid groups, everyone's looking out. It's like a real dedicated community is what I would consider it. Now, some of the cons of being an expanding entrepreneur is that they're few in number, because creating and sustaining a paid group takes the right business model and the right business owner. And you can run into trouble if you don't have a strategy which focuses on the evolution of their clients and fulfilling their needs. So it can be difficult if you don't have processes and systems in place to maintain and to be agile in your coaching or in your services that you're offering in your paid group. Now, I want to share with you this networking strategy table because it sort of just takes a deeper look at what is going on at each level. So, as a traveling entrepreneur, your time investment is medium. You have a high investment of your time when you have your own group and you're in the established entrepreneur, and you're expanding. Your time investment is low because you have systems and processes set up in place to where you are not doing the networking anymore. And eventually that's probably where we want to get with our business, because that's when we're able to scale and be expanding and growing. And when you get to that phase of your business, you're not going to be doing a lot of networking anymore. Now, the capital investment is low when you're a traveling entrepreneur because you're doing all of the work yourself. So you're not investing any money because you're doing all the legwork. You're building all the relationships. And then with the established, it's medium because you may be doing the networking yourself, but maybe you're starting to dabble with Facebook ads, or maybe you're hiring out a social media manager part-time to do some of your marketing for you. And then when you're an expanding entrepreneur, your capital investment is going to be high because You will be running ads. You will probably have a social media manager. You will have all of those things that are that cost money. Now, your ROI when you are a traveling entrepreneur is medium. You can get results as a traveling entrepreneur. You can, but there's only so much money that you can make because there's only so many hours in a day that you can network and connect and build those relationships. Eventually, you're going to hit a ceiling. Now, as an established entrepreneur, your ROI is probably going to be a little bit lower because you're running your own group and it takes a lot of time. And there's a lot of effort that goes into it, but it's worth it as long as you have a plan to transition into an expanding entrepreneur where your ROI is very high, because that's where you're going to make your money. And the thing is, when you are a traveling entrepreneur, your business size is a business of one. You are a solopreneur. You're doing this all on your own. And when you're an established entrepreneur, you may have 1 to 5 people that you work with. And when you're an expanding entrepreneur, you could have, 5 to 10, or who knows how many people working for you when you are an expanding entrepreneur. Because I was thinking, if I had 5 people, those are not full-time employees, but like you have your accountant, your graphic designer, your web designer, your VA, you have your social media manager, you have your Facebook ads person. I mean, there's a bunch of people, different people that you could be working with, or maybe a copywriter, a bunch of different people that you could be working with as you're expanding and growing your business out from no longer working one-on-one with people, but trying to add in that group aspect to your business. Now, the competition when you are a traveling entrepreneur is high because guess what? A lot of people are in this traveling entrepreneur phase and they never get out of it. And that's fine for some people. Some people like the traveling entrepreneur, go get their one-on-one clients everywhere else, and that's enough for them. But some of us desire something more. And that's okay too. So whatever you desire, whatever you want for yourself, that's what you need to focus on. But if you want something more, as an established entrepreneur, you're going to have probably medium competition because people are in your group. And so those people are coming to your group, and you may have some people come in and do things that are competitive with you. But in my mind, I have no competition. So I'm the only me out there. So I am not intimidated. I am not competing with anybody, any other business coaches out there. I have no problem with business coaches coming into my group because they do what they do, I do what I do. And no one can be me, and I can definitely not be them. So that's one thing that I love about the coaching industry, is that we are not all alike. We are all individuals, and it really stands out, and we all can tell that there's a major difference between people. And then competition when you are an expanding entrepreneur is low because you are basically, these people have already invested in you and they're in your groups and they're already bought into you and your knowledge and wanting to learn from you. So people aren't really going to come in and pull people away from you. Now, your overall growth potential when you're a traveling entrepreneur is low because, like I said, there's only so many hours in a day that you can invest in networking. Now, that might be a little bit different if you're in an MLM because you do have the way your businesses are set up. But when you are a coach, a consultant, a mentor, working one-on-one with clients, and you're doing the whole traveling entrepreneur thing, you will have a low overall growth because there's only so much time that you can invest into your business. As an established entrepreneur, your overall growth is medium because you're investing a lot of time into your group and then also advertising and promoting your group to get new members in. So your growth is going to be medium. But then when you're an expanded entrepreneur, your overall potential growth is high because you can start servicing more clients at a quicker rate and bring more people and have a greater impact and have that world changer mentality and be transformational leaders in so many people's lives when you are expanding in your business. And then finally, we have our freedom. And when you're a traveling entrepreneur, your freedom is low. You're sort of confined to the rules of other people's groups. You just do what you can do when you can do it, and that's enough for some people. When you're an established entrepreneur, your freedom is medium. You're still tied down to your group, but you can definitely see where you're making money, you're getting your clients, and you're getting that return, and your freedom, and being able to schedule your days and be able to come and go as you please in your business. And then finally, as an expanding entrepreneur, your freedom is high because you're really focused. You have certain hours where you're working with your groups, and you're not marketing your business anymore at this point. You've outsourced a lot of the work, a lot of the marketing, a lot of the networking is no longer falling on you, but you're running ads, you have a social media manager, someone, and surrounding yourself with people around you that do the marketing so you can focus on what you are passionate about, and that is offering transformational solutions and helping people solve their problems. Because I know most of us are not super marketing geniuses, so it's nice once you get to this expanding entrepreneur phase where you can invest in and outsource the things that you don't enjoy doing in your business to focus on your strengths. Because it's all about freedom. It really is. And the better you are at networking, the more freedom you will have, because when done right, networking allows you to minimize your workload and simultaneously multiply your income. Because your evolution from a traveling entrepreneur to an expanding entrepreneur is highlighted by a progressive increase in your degrees of freedom, in your business and personal life, until it is exactly the amount you want. So no matter where you're at on your journey, as you move forward, as you grow, as your business grows, you will get more and more freedom. And that's the beauty of being an entrepreneur. When you do it right, and when you have a plan that you're following, and you have goals that you set, as you reach your goals, your freedom increases until you get to a point where you're like, hey, I'm in a really good spot. This is really comfortable. I'm making the money I want to make. I have the degrees of freedom that I need or that I feel like I want in my life. And that's where we all want to get. So it's really an amazing thing when you get that freedom, and when you understand and you enjoy the journey, because the journey is just as precious as the final destination. Now, your networking strategy evolution. We have, like I said before, you have the traveling entrepreneur, the established entrepreneur, the expanding entrepreneur to your maximum freedom. And so my question for you today is, where are you at on your networking evolution? Are you the traveling entrepreneur? Are you still hopping around from Facebook group to Facebook group? Are you an established entrepreneur? Have you started your own Facebook group and started drawing those ideal clients to you? Or are you the expanding entrepreneur where you no longer have those one-on-one services, but you're looking to do work with groups of people at a time, where you are leveraging your time so that you can create that maximum freedom in your business? Now, my guess, if I was guessing, my guess is that the majority of you are either in this traveling entrepreneur phase or beginning phases of your established entrepreneur. And that's okay. Then the question is, do you want to become an expanding entrepreneur? Do you want that maximum freedom? And if you do, I mean, that's what I do. That's where my business lies. I help people create that maximum freedom in their life. But with this challenge, we are focusing on that networking and relationship building that takes place in that traveling and established entrepreneur phases of your growth. And it's super important because if you don't have your networking and you're not doing it well, it's going to affect your ability to grow long term. Because as a traveling entrepreneur, you have an exciting message and or an engaging personality and are ready to fine-tune your networking skills. And as an established entrepreneur, you establish a community so that your ideal clients can get to know you intimately, increasing their trust in you. And then as an expanding entrepreneur, you draw your serious contenders into your paid group with an irresistible offer and maximize the value of each hour you are working. Now, I have a few final tips to share with you. The key to networking on Facebook is knowing when to transition from one phase to the next. And the more time you spend networking, the less time you're able to spend transforming lives. So we have to know when is it time to transition and make those shifts. And if you master the art of networking, you will eventually have a freedom business because growth is inevitable. It will happen. When you are networking effectively, people will be drawn to you. They will be drawn to your message and they will want to work with you. So that was our training video 1. I just ask you guys to be on the lookout for training video number 2 coming tomorrow in your inbox. And it is how to master the art of networking in Facebook groups. But like I said, I want you to take a minute, think about where you're at on your networking journey. Are you a traveling entrepreneur, still hopping from group to group, looking to get clients? Are you the established entrepreneur where you've started your own Facebook group and you're in the process of growing and attracting those ideal clients to you? Or are you the expanding entrepreneur looking to start group coaching programs and to leverage your time so you're no longer working completely one-on-one with people? Where are you at on your networking journey? So that is it for this training video. So I will see you in your inbox tomorrow with training video 2.